Hi, I'm Jared.
I'm Ash.
Today we went to the movies.
Yeah, we went and saw Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's new movie.
Yeah, everyone turns out was in this movie. I'm gonna run down some of them: Adam Driver, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, Natalie Emmanuel, Shia LaBeouf, Chloe Fineman, John Vaught, who's a psychopath, but that's fine. Dustin Hoffman, Giancarlo Esposito, Catherine Hunter, from that movie we just saw. She was in Front Room. Now that was pretty great. The legendary Lawrence Fishburne, Jason Schwartzman, not in Something Symmetrical, which is pretty fun.
Are you talking about Wes Anderson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, symmetrical.
Jason Schwartzman is like one of his favorites. So
I mean, I get it.
I guess he's extremely
Even though,
charismatic.
his face isn't even, really symmetrical because he's got that little beauty mark.
Yeah. Oh, he's a great face.
He has a great face.
Definitely not saying otherwise here. He deserves accolades. The man is handsome, and yeah, he storied as well, like everybody else on this thing. All right, do some synopsis stuff. Great. The movie mostly features. Waiting for you to take it, but the movie mostly features the main character Adam Driver. He's playing a guy named Caesar, who is a genius inventor. So he invents like this method of building structures with like a new element, sort of.
That can also be used for textiles and facial reconstruction. It's very
avant-garde, very new stuff.
Yeah,
it's really fun, experimental thing.
Yeah.
Basically, the movie's about city planning gone wrong. Is what kind of where I was at. The judge or the mayor was at odds with this inventor. That guy's name.
Gustavo from Los Hermanos.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Pollos Hermanos?
What? Yes.
Yes.
The Chicken Brothers?
Hermanos Pollos. Pollos Hermanos.
Yeah.
I don't
so
speak
fun.
Spanish.
I just rewatched Breaking Bad super recently. Very excited to say that. I adore that show. It was even better the second time around. You should check it out. Again, if you can.
It's fine.
Whatever. So social commentary on the means of production and snarky, wealthy families with more money than sense is kind of what I was gathering up here. The gentleman had superpowers to stop time and eventually gets into a physical relationship with the daughter of Giancarlo Esposito's character. Her name is Julia, played by Natalie Emmanuel of
Game of Thrones theme. Masandi.
Yeah.
Masandi?
Yeah.
Yeah, Masandi. She was so pretty.
Yeah. Definitely. She was awesome. He had superpowers. Shia's character, his name was Claudio.
You knew he was a bad guy because he had a mullet for most of it.
For most of it, yeah. Looking
a long one, like a Billy Ray Cyrus mullet.
Oh, yeah. Deep cut. Looking a little dirty and trying to, usurp power. Literally, stealing banks. I'm not sure what they meant, but they just said the banks, meaning, I guess, all of them, which is fine. And it all culminates in a speech given by Adam Driver's character while he's still at odds with this mayor person after having a baby with the mayor's daughter who hates him. As you can tell,
the mayor's daughter loves him. The mayor hates him.
The mayor hates him. The daughter loves him.
Yeah,
they had a baby. And the story is apparently supposed to draw parallels between the Roman Empire and the USA. Mm-hmm. Gaining control of banks, I guess, was maybe a metaphor for the money being lost control of in the United States.
Well,
maybe
you control the money, you control everything else.
There might be something there. I think that is what I had.
Yeah, apparently Francis Ford Coppola started writing this in the 70s.
Okay,
and then he continued writing it throughout the 80s, and he finally was able to make it recently because he got the money to do it.
His own money, apparently.
I don't know if he's gonna get a lot of that.
$120, $120 million. That is.
Yeah, $120
dumped into this thing. $120, we'd be making one of these. Great. Right. So let's jump right in here. I think this list will be short. What do you like about the movie?
Okay, great. I thought it was really beautifully shot. It was really pretty movie to look at. That's the whole reason why I wanted to see it, because the trailers look so beautiful.
Sure.
And I just wanted to see something interesting, and the trailers made it look like it would be so good and interesting. I like the Art Deco styling a lot. It was like very like 1930s fashion wise,
Sure.
I thought.
Yeah,
Even though
definitely.
it's supposed to be like,
Mixed with ancient Rome.
yeah, it was like the styling was really interesting. It was like ancient Roman fashion with Art Deco styling, and it was current.
Sure.
It was hard to place like where the movie was going style wise in general, not just the clothing, but like the styling I thought was really great. The costumes were incredible.
Incredible.
If this movie gets any sort of awards, it's gonna be for the costuming.
Shouts out, don't mean to jump in here, but Milena Canonero is her name, costume designer. She needs to do more stuff. She was incredible. Man, she stole the whole thing.
I think that the concept, if executed differently, might have made for a much better film. I think the concept was definitely there.
Yeah.
And it looked beautiful. It just, the way it was executed made it very confusing and difficult to follow. Yeah. But we'll get to the cons later. Another pro is Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Had some LaBeouf in there. That's true.
It was a Shia surprise.
I was very Shia surprised. That's right. I was fighting for my life. Are you okay? Is that what you had?
Yeah.
Costumes for sure. It was amazing. The cameras, roughly like a third of the time, when you could actually discern what the fuck was going on, were amazing. They did some I hated House of a Thousand Corpses. It was stupid, but the cinematography in that movie just made it for me. That was fucking awesome. Extremely beautiful movie to look at. Just the victim of Rob Zombie being him. But sometimes some of those camera angles get reminiscent of that, where they start doing these action sequences that kind of fold in over each other. It was really cool. Another big plus. You mentioned Shia LaBeouf. I mentioned Shia in general. My man showed up for this one. That was really fun. He had at one point, Rome was kind of sexually ambiguous. You kind of just do whatever you want, and he exemplified that. At one point, he had the white what do you call it? The toga kind of, and the curly sideburns and stuff. My man in the high heels. Oh. He was.
Shia LaBeouf is not your man.
What?
We don't
listen.
Like Shia LaBeouf.
What did he do? I mean, he's a psychopath, but he didn't fucking do anything too crazy, did he? Really?
I'll talk to you about it later.
Oh shit! Well, this guy showed up for this one. I know he did lots of drugs and stuff, and is generally a weird guy. I didn't know that he had extremely problematic things.
I'm gonna talk to you about it later.
Oh shit! Well, fuck this dude. I don't know, but
no. He did good in the film for sure.
I felt terrible, but yeah, he was great. He had a commanding presence. Showed up just honestly the manic and weirdness of this character. It was just Shia being Shia, and I felt like he could just do his weird manic shit that he would just always be doing anyway. Costumes. It was a real who's who of lace-up sandals. Everyone was in lace-up sandals to the knees, dude. It looked great. Everyone was looking awesome. Even everybody. The children had these fantastic gowns on, and I mean, I guess all this is meant to say that the upper echelon of society was always going to look better, that sort of thing.
Sure,
to the camera. I mean, this is what it's about, especially when they were getting out of the cars to go to this ball. It was just disheveled looking children looking through the tiny holes of this chain link fence, all miserably, and not clapping or excited to see these rich people at all. So I would imagine that's got to be playing a part. But the sandals look great, I guess.
Yeah, man, they had dynamite sandals in this film.
Totally, sure. The costumes were crazy. They had these these jackets with like spirals on the lapels. Shit looks so cool. Wearing like breastplates just out in public. That is fucking rad,
Yeah,
dude.
the costumes were outstanding.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Really, really special.
All right, now here's where we get to the juicy bits. What did you not like about this movie?
Okay, so the themes were really busy. It was really hard to figure. Like, I went into this movie not doing any research on it prior to it, so I didn't know what it was even supposed to be about. I just saw the trailers and I was like, wow, what a beautiful film this is going to be. I want to see that. So I didn't know what the premise was at all. And it took me until around halfway through where I was kind of figuring out where we were supposed to be going throughout the entire thing. So the themes were really busy. It was very all over the place. It wasn't super easy to follow. Like I said, the film plot was not clear. So the character that Adam Driver plays can stop time for some reason.
I still don't know.
And it gave nothing to the plot at all. Like,
They never used it for anything.
Yeah, it was just, it was there, and then like
he could, but he didn't.
And then like he lost it for a minute, but like he never used it for anything ever. It was just like a weird point in the movie that they came back to a bunch, and it didn't make any sense to me as to why it was even added. Like, they gave him magical powers for some reason, and it didn't manifest into anything.
Didn't stop him from getting shot in the face.
Yeah, he got shot in the fucking face.
Yeah.
It was campy, but like not in a good or funny way. It was kind of cringy camp. Like, everything was very, very overacted, and it just felt disingenuous. Like, camp can be done really well if like they're, making fun of themselves, and like they're like winking at the audience like, how ridiculous is this? It didn't feel like that, but It was still campy. Like, I don't know. I felt like the tone just, it didn't flow very well for me for what I assume the movie was supposed to be about. Sorry. At the very, very end, like at the very last like snippet of the film, Adam Driver like gives this speech, and he's on like this podium with his child, and he just sits the baby on the floor of the podium.
That's Giancarlo did that. Yeah, like on the ground, and the floor was like see-through.
Yeah, no, they did it for a shot for sure, but why would they ever sit a small child on this like a weird tiny rug on the floor, like on the ground of like, it didn't make any sense to me, and it made me like annoyed that they did that. Like, it was definitely for a shot, but it didn't make any fucking sense. Why would they sit a baby down on the ground?
The baby couldn't stop time and be held at the same time.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's so fucking dumb.
It is so dumb.
Completely useless.
Pick that goddamn baby up, man.
I totally agree.
Pick that fucking baby up.
Okay, yeah, I definitely had... So first and foremost, I fucking wanted to walk out of this one. It never happens. Usually, I'm a frugal guy. I don't burn a lot of cash on bullshit. But like, we have the passes now for the AMC. Thank you also. It's a really great deal. And like, not sponsored, but call me. I wanted to fucking leave this one. It wasn't fun. To the middle of it, I just started laughing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, what the fuck am I watching? And I'm like looking at Ashley, and you're watching the movie, and suddenly you realize that I'm looking at you, and you're like,
I thought you were flirting with me.
I mean, I'm never not, but yeah, all right now. But like, I could have left. I could have left a half hour, halfway through the movie, and I would still have the same fucking opinions about this movie right now. It was convoluted. They just found ways to make the movie this long.
I think they wanted to get certain shots in a film, and they didn't really care about how they did it.
Yeah.
They wanted to get certain
angles,
stills and frames packed into a movie, but the plot and execution wasn't really thought of really at all.
Yeah.
It just was.
I am slowly becoming less and less a fan of Adam Driver, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, he had the Black Klansman. Did you watch that one? Mm-hmm. That was very good.
I like that.
I thought he was great in that.
You saw 64 with the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I really liked that. I thought it was
not.
amazing.
No.
You didn't?
No, it's stupid as shit.
Well, I like dinosaurs more than you do, I think.
I love dinosaurs, but I could pass. I think dry deliveries. He had that one where he was with what's the fucking movie where he's like with a woman and like yelling at her about something about like how much effort he puts into the relationship.
Oh, the divorce.
Yeah.
Or the marriage.
That one was
with Scarlett Johansson, like punches a wall.
Yeah, that one was fine, and then like past that, I feel like this character could have been in the Star Wars movie. They're the same fucking guy. Like, I don't know.
I thought he was good as Kylo Ren. You didn't like him?
Yeah.
Even with the tall pants?
I'm just getting a little worn out, I think. Like, or maybe he is. Maybe he's like...
I thought that maybe the way the actors were directed in this film could have been improved upon a little bit.
Sure.
I think the dialogue was a little convoluted.
Oh my God.
Difficult.
So fucking dumb.
Difficult to follow. Like, the cadence of speech was weird. Like, Aubrey Plaza was there and like...
Not sexy at all.
She had
a scene
many nipples.
Scene with Shia, and it just repulsive. I was not.
It was unpleasant.
It was
like it should have
rough.
been. Maybe they wanted it to not be sexy.
I hope so. That is the.
That's
direction
where you see
I
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. It was not sexy. I hated it. I don't know what exactly the Virgin Lottery was for. Were they selling the person's virginity?
I think it was, she was supposed to be like a pop star, and they were just showcasing her virginity for donations. And then it was a vehicle to assassinate Adam Driver's character because they like show like a picture of him in bed with her.
Yeah, and it was set up by
and it's supposed
Claudio.
to be like statutory rapey because she was only supposed to be 16, but it turns out she was 23.
23.
So like it was legal even though it was fake. It turns out he never slept with her, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Okay. It was like they clear stuff up, but like you can't tell really.
I think ripping out 3 arrows. They like funked out like 3 arrows of this tiny little bow and killed these people.
Oh yeah, John Voight just like gets Aubrey Plaza on the heart with like the little bitty bow, and he's dressed up like Robin Hood. And then like he plays it off like he's got an erection.
He's like, look this boner I've got.
And then like kills Aubrey Plaza, but like her character's not likable. You're not mad to see her go.
She's awful.
And then he like shoots Shia LaBeouf like 3 times in the ass. Like how is he like reloading these darts that quick? And how is his aim so good if he's got his old eyes?
I don't know. It's like something you can good at.
I suppose. Practice makes perfect, I guess.
It was a stupid fucking art movie. It was like just like dated conventions, like a flower blooming at triple speed, and it was like kaleidoscopes, kind of like just trying to do like some high school college art movie shit that just like it's just dated and it just doesn't work anymore.
Showing Adam Driver's character like tripping balls and being high like that. It was just like him like spinning around and around and around and like, meh, like he's losing his mind. It's like, that's not what drugs feel like.
Do you think that these conventions and this movie would have been good 25, 30 years ago? You think this would have been good?
I mean, Clockwork Orange was like a big hit, and that movie was fucking weird too.
I mean, that was a good movie though. It was fucked up. But I mean, it's about trauma, right? Anyway, we're not talking about Clockwork Orange. What I'm talking about is those weird sections, those spirals where you're like, I don't know. I feel like 30 years ago, this movie might have worked. I don't know if it's the sign of the times or the movies that we get now, that this shit just doesn't fly anymore. I hated it. I fucking hated it. I did not have fun. I walked out of the theater like, The substance I didn't like either, but like that kept me dwelling on it, and I kept thinking about it for like days and
It
days.
grew on you the more you thought about it.
And it grew on me. And this, I still have the same feeling as I did when I left the theater. It was like, why did I keep sitting there? I was just putting up with this.
Because you love me and I wanted to see it.
Fucking hated this. I cannot. I do hope they win some money for Oscar. I mean, I hope they win some awards for the costumes.
The costume and the cinematography were very, very good.
Flawless, honestly. It was amazing.
Like those scenes with like the statues like being animated and like
visual representations of the.
That was like that's what like those scenes were in the trailer, and that's what made me think that this movie was gonna be deep and important and a real interesting watch, and like the good stuff just never came.
It never came.
I should have just learned more about the movie so I at least knew what the premise was gonna be, but I wanted to be wowed and surprised. I was surprised, but the wows.
I think like 30 years ago, this movie might have been incredible.
Sounds wows.
Yep, it just didn't do it for me. What'd you rate it?
For the costuming and the cinematography alone, I gave it a 6.5.
6.5 is nothing fucking sacred to you.
Like,
this is insane.
Like if you...
I'm just kidding.
If you put it on mute and put like a really, really good album on, I bet you would have a great time watching that. Like, if you're not even, like, paying attention to the plot at all, if you're on, like, having a night to yourself with some friends, I don't know, maybe it's in the background, like, the visuals are really great.
I wasn't impressed. I gave it a 3. A 3 out of 10. And that is only costumes. Only costumes pushes it from, like, a 1 to a 3, 4-ish.
The costumes are really special.
They were really, really special and super interesting. But there are more to movies than just visuals. I actually want to be talked about. Like I want to talk about it. Like I want it to be interesting.
We talked about it a lot.
That's
honestly.
not what I meant. I want to think about it. I want to ponder the fucking the further reaches of where the movies go. I like to think about. We've talked about this on this channel a couple times, but I like to think about movies in their own universes and what happens outside of that. And I'm left with nothing. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I didn't care before this movie happened. I don't care after it happened. They make a prequel. I hope Francis Coppola pays for it out of his own fucking money again.
I think it should have, if he wrote this back in 1977, I think it should have been redrafted a few more times before it was actually filmed.
Yeah, but again,
and maybe a likable character too. Maybe just one or two people that you're rooting for. I didn't give a flying fuck about anyone in this movie.
It's true.
Not even the most likable character,
Didn't
your girl
care.
from Game of Thrones. She just seems nice enough, but I don't
can't say no to children. Gets shot by kids.
It's shot in the fucking head by a kid, which
God.
that surprised me at
did?
least.
She said it. Oh, he can't say no to children. What do you think happens?
Well, maybe you go to a darker place than I do.
Yeah.
And it's aw, he likes kids. That's sweet. I like kids
Oh,
sometimes,
God, I'm
too.
so irritating. I was like, this is happening. Yeah, he's going to be dead. But he didn't, which is fine or not. Either way. Excellent. I hope that you go see the movie. Make your own opinions. I can't wait to see what you think. I'm sure there's some people might...
Comment if you see it. If you see Megalopolis, comment what you felt about it. Because, we're not, film critics. We're just some people that go to the movies sometimes. We
were going to do this anyway, so why not make a channel of it? We do have growing subscriber numbers. Nice work.
Hey, we're up to 11 now.
13, actually.
Subtract the 2.
Damn it. All right, fine. And it's growing. We're getting there. It's really fun. So if you can, please help us out. Kick out a subscribe. Hit a like if you feel like it. Listen, I don't usually do this stuff, but apparently it helps, and it has been helping. And I really appreciate everybody who comes in and watches and hangs out with us for any amount of time.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I get to, do these things with my best friend and hang out. It's really fun. So I hope you watch this video. I hope you watch the next one. We're going to see Speak No Evil tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ashley's dreading it.
I just don't like when bad shit happens to kids in movies. It bums me out. It freaks me out. It puts me in a weird fucking place. And in the trailer, they just the kid's tongue's getting cut out, and you're gonna see it.
Well, no, they don't. He doesn't. He makes a anyway. We're not talking about that. We're talking about it tomorrow.
Kid trauma freaks me out, man.
That's fair.
I hate it.
That's fair.
I'm gonna watch it though. I'm
Like-
gonna watch
yeah.
it. Power through that shit.
No, take us out of here then.
Okay, my name is Ash,
And I'm Jared.
and we go to the movies.
We go to the movies a lot. Flowers at the movies. Next time. Thank you.
Bye.